Okay, so this is how the second one looked. So now I want to show you the new exercise. And this is really to get together your thoughts, to find priorities in your life, like when you have many things happening and you don't even know where to start. So the options, you can use colored pencils. Let me use this one. Or you can use markers. So it's up to you. So, and what we start just drawing narrow lines. And we, like any narrow line, they go from wherever they want and wherever they want. Just draw lines. There is no really significant purpose right now, like just draw lines, see how they go, explore them, make sure that they go from all directions, that they connected to bottom and top and left and right. And you notice that some lines start crossing and creating nexus or intersections. And when we have this intersections, big or small, we start creating a circle. And we draw another line and see how it's creating other. And maybe you create another circle. And you're creating, and lines can go up and down. So there is no significant directions, like your thoughts, they are wandering, they are moving freely, and it's okay that you don't really have any particular agenda. So, and you start creating circles, as many as you want, and they can overlap, of course. They can be big, they can go beyond the page. And you notice that some of them are just like, could be very huge, like huge, or some of them could be very small. It's not necessary you have to create a circle on each intersection, but you can just allow to see where do you want to create the circle. Maybe you create a small one and you want to create a bigger one around it. This is an option as well. And if you feel like you have enough lines, you start rounding. Rounding. And when you, right now, because I'm talking, it's hard really to calm down thoughts. But if you're doing it for yourself and you don't have really agenda or expectation from your thoughts, you may notice that you start wondering about something. It's maybe your something simple like your daily chores. And maybe it's a relationship with friends, maybe at work, some project, something that really occupy your mind, something that very important starts showing up in, and you, when you calm down your mind, you may start realizing that this is already not just a wandering, this is my representation of my work projects, and you may see and sometimes very clearly which one is, and size may represent the value and importance of this one. Or maybe you just make wondering about your people around you. Maybe it could be your art projects. It's what is important for you? What is right now you want to explore? Let's see. Your subconscious mind is taking something from your subconscious mind, something that is very important, and we just need to decode it. So and when our mind is calm, it will give you some clues. So and the clue could be the color that you're drawing. The clue could be the color that you are going to use when you're coloring it. So you may notice that some of them are somehow very close to each other, and another is just distant, and this may be triggering some associations. Or if you want, you can try to charge it with a specific theme before starting drawing. But my goal is like really how to get together your mind without really forcing them to get together. So like, because lines usually represents thoughts, it represents some processes, movement in our head, in our lives. And you will notice that some of the circles you really attracted to stay as long as you want, and some of them just get it done. So this is really doesn't have much emotional involvement, but and see if any circles or like there is no left behind circles, but maybe there is some circles that doesn't have much lines crossing it. There is only a couple of them. So do you want to fill them with additional lines? Do you want to connect them with something else? So it's just explore it. Just allow yourself to wander, and you will be surprised how much you may, your subconscious mind may show you, may talk to you. It's like in a meditation, we have sometimes, not sometimes, like in my mind, it's always hard to find this very quiet time that like there is always some thoughts comes and they come and go, they come. So this is just observation. I'm like, okay, so they come and go like a line. And you see if you want to follow it or if you want just to let it go. So this is could be. I hear somebody singing.
Oh, I'll stop.
I can mute you. But it looks like it's a good process. Like when we have sound show up, it's a very healing process. Yes. And it's I wanted to mention like about sounds. When we do catharsis, we may have this urge or desire to scream. And if it's safe to scream, if you don't have like small babies sleeping in your house, you can scream, or at least you have this imitation of silent scream, like create some stress the same muscles in your throat and just create this not silent, but maybe very, very quiet, like scream, like, ah, and it will be enough for your body to release the stress in your throat. Throat is a very important area where we have so much emotion stored, like so much that we could not tell or told too much, and we regret those words. So it's really, we have this very fragile area in our body that needs to be taken care of. And I notice that I have another circle here. Okay. So if you start singing, this is very good, because not just painful emotions could be stored and not expressed, but joyful emotions are stored in our throat as well. And it's very important to express them. Yeah. And when you're holding some secrets, big secrets, it's you could be very, your throat is in a dangerous position because it has to always hold it. The body wants to release it, but throat wants to hold it. And it's there is always conflict between your mind and your body. Maybe opposite. The mind wants to hold it, but your body wants to release it. So it's and I did not mention because it wasn't very important on the first, on the second exercise that we've done, 40 circles. But sometimes when we have some not closure with something, or we want to end something and we need to support, it's better if you draw circles in counterclockwise. This is, you give the charge that I'm completing something. I train myself how to complete it. So And it could be completion with health issues or maybe relationship issues. So you can intentionally charge the direction of circles. So I know that I said like this is not important, but right now decided that this is actually important to mention.
Anna, can you repeat it? If something is incompletion or ending in your life, you do it.
Like, yes, if you're looking for some kind of gestalt.
But why counterclockwise?
So if you draw circles counterclockwise, it's usually representing completion. So if you do counterclockwise, like from 12 to 6, from 12 to 9 to 6 to 3 to 12, it's a completion. This is ending something. If you want to start something, you do it clockwise. This is like a clock, and you just like you starting or ending, reversing something. So this is could be just. So this is a counterclockwise end. Clockwise is begin. I have this, for some reason today I have the urge, like I need to say this and that, and like time is running out for some reason for me. We'll see.
And you have the Zoom thing happening today too,
Yes.
where you keep running out of time.
It's interesting. Like I believe that nothing can be. There is no coincidences, or coincidences are just another messages, and it's not always easy to give a right interpretation, but it's definitely gives some feelings and some insights for sure. So I don't know. So sometimes I could be very cautious and mistaken, and it's okay. So sometimes I could be very accurate, and it's you'll see.
You need to do your hand over the water exercise you showed us for slowing down, making things, time or.
Yes, I maybe do, but it doesn't feel like it's needed right now. So it's always a lesson, and even when we're running out of time, the lesson could be how you can work and perform on a different speed, and it's an important skill too. When you don't have the luxury of time, it's better to learn this in such safe environment with friends, among friends, instead of challenging listeners and participants. So it's and I learned like when you can adjust and really master your skills, especially when you work with kids. Like you don't have luxury of working for even 1 hour is a luxury. So you have to give your thoughts and insights in 30-40 minutes, and everybody needs to understand and feel comfortable. So this is really a skill. So I'm sometimes like delaying so I listen like, okay, so this could be just a gentle kick to learn it. And it's such a perfect setup for like really when you're working with a stressful situation, when you don't have much time to calm down or much opportunity to calm down, how you can create something peaceful, how you can find this 20, 15 sometimes minutes to so one of the fastest like stories about drawing, Pavel told us that his fastest was when he was on subway and was waiting for the train or going down on stairs, and it was enough to change the situation, like his attitude about the situation, and be prepared for meeting or some kind of interaction. So sometimes we don't have much time, and it's okay. Yeah, but thank you for reminding about the slowing down exercise. It's really, I love it. It's good. And this one is like we finish all steps. We really do coloring. We do field lines, universal lines. We do select which circle is the most important for you. So I'm just saying it out loud that it could be complete exercise. It's you can make it like very fast and very simple, or you can create, if you have this luxury of time, you can create a whole beautiful drawing, and I will show you some of mine. And what you can find out that in your lines, some of the circles, some of the curves already creating part of the circles. And if you just look at your drawing, you may find them, and you can just continue. So, and it's interesting, like when you're not in rush, you really can see opportunities. This is all about opportunities, and it's your choice to define them well and find the reveal the whole potential, or maybe you create something else. I see this could be a very big circle.
Anna, so what is the theme of this one?
So this one is like really how to get together your thoughts and maybe make some priorities in your life. So this, again, so we used it as a, without theme particular, just get together yourself. Just allow your thoughts wander. Allow them to be expressed on the paper without really agenda. So today is all about calming down, how you can calm down, allow your thoughts be expressed, observed, witnessed, without really making much decision. So you don't have to be stressed about making decision. And when you are not stressed about making decisions, the best decision is coming. So let me see if I have this complete drawing. But if you want, the best, I believe, is lifting inner constraints. And So I have two drawings of the same exercise. So this is one of them. So you start from wandering and you start coloring, and you may create something like field lines, and choose which one is the most important for you on this drawing. So you can make it highlighted. So I prefer this one was, I've done darker one. And another one is a little bit more colors. And you see this is just expressing the yellow color. So it's exactly the same exercise. And there is a bolder, darker lines. It's hard to see on camera, but they may look completely different. And again, so what is the most important? It's not necessarily should be the biggest one. It could be small but intense element on your drawing that can give you some different sensations. So you really attune to yourself, like you really explore like which area brings all my attention, which area gives me so much desire to explore, or maybe you just like the pattern of crossings inside of the circle. So just explore, what do you like about this drawing, what you don't like about this drawing. So this is like free form of wandering. And see if any other circles will appear. So I see like this is already half of the circles drawn, and I just allow it to appear. Some of my, it's like there is a thought and there are ideas. Like from thoughts, just random thoughts, you may create an idea, and you, like when you have already well-defined idea, you may create a plan. So it's always start with a thought, and it's before you can make anything, you have to identify it. You have to like really see it. And interesting, I said that it's creating ideas, and now I see so much potential circles, not even on crossings, but just in between lines and among lines. See what does it, how does it feel to you. So this is definitely circle. And if you feel that maybe I can bring more thoughts, that it's not enough, you can add more lines. You can, and see like maybe you like already identified, oh, maybe I'm wondering about this, such and such theme. It's and you see like, well, you start another thought and just explore, observe, where does it want to go, like which circle does it want to feed, which or support or explore. So just follow this line. Allow yourself to be surprised. Allow yourself, don't have expectations from this line. And I have bigger circles, and I have so many small ones. And those small ones really what makes everything is important. Not for some reason, not big ones. Small ones really makes everything alive. It's interesting insight, like especially if you connect circles to ideas. So. And I keep drawing them, and it's a very endless process. And you may end up with another 40 circles. So today you have a very calming class, not much showing up. It's like really how to find this joy in a peaceful work, in a peaceful exploration of yourself, like how to feel and still feel the value of it, because we have this tendency, okay, so to make, if it's not intense, it's not worth even to do. So it's try to find some opposition, like find the beauty in small peaceful drawings, like really in something that calm you down. Okay, we have another 10 minutes warning, so and you may notice that some of the circles are, like in my case, some of them have so much small ones around one bigger idea that's more like productive, and some of them just stand alone. And you start coloring, and coloring you can do like just separate circles or just unusual shapes, and explore which one you prefer, which one makes everything seems bolder. And depending on the quality of your pencils, you may have this interesting effect of combination different colors. And again, like you can use as many colors, or you can stay with 2-3 colors. It's up to you. With this one particular, I love to leave some white areas because it gives me the freedom and this sense of movement. This is okay. Notice if your drawing is balanced, if you have enough lines connected to the bottom, to the top, and all left and right sides. Just look if there is any missing, like if any disbalanced in it. Just explore this. Again, in Neurographica, we're working with symbols, and it's you may give some of this particular sides or particular colors special meanings. Like there is traditional, some traditions, meaning for colors, or you may create your own system. Like you can give this charge, symbolical charge, emotional charge for each meaning. Like if it's a counterclockwise, it's an ending. If it's a clockwise, it's beginning. If it's if it's left side, it's a feminine. If it's a right side, it's a masculine energies. And it will work. This is you creating the language. You creating the symbolical some points where you can understand your subconscious mind. You kind of give this alphabet, and it's you don't really have to like have much difficulties to give interpretation, like when you define the alphabet. So when you color everything, you may add field lines as well, because I'm like, the video is starting have this limitation, time limitation today. So I'll show you that you can just make some of the lines much bolder, or you may even create another, like use another color to make it standing out. I want just like make a little bit bolder. And I prefer them to go along lines that already was created. And because we created much thicker line, it may create new corners, so you make sure that everything is rounded. And you just choose which element is